All right, so we've got some major news to talk about coming from Disney Plus. So, yeah, it looks like we might, keyword might, have our Moon Knight. We might actually have our Moon Knight cast. Now, keep in mind, it's all in talks. It's still all in talks right now. But as it stands, it looks like our guy right now is Oscar Isaac, who will be playing the role of Mark Spector and all of his mixed up personalities. So, what do I think of this? I absolutely love the idea of Oscar Isaac playing, playing this role. He's such a well-versed actor. Everyone remembers him from Poe and Apocalypse, but the dude has been in some major bangers of movies before and since Star Wars. So, I think he's a great pick. I think if he gets cast for this role of Moon Knight, he is just gonna knock it out of the park on every front. He's just gonna knock it out of the park with this role. Personally, though, I was thinking when I was watching a few movies like Swiss Army Man and Guns Akimbo that Daniel Radcliffe would actually be an interesting person to play Moon Knight, because he was really good at playing like mentally out of it characters. But Oscar Isaac is obviously an excellent choice. I absolutely think if he gets cast, because right now, I want to stress that it's right now in talks. It wasn't like where everyone was saying, oh, Tatiana Maslany is She-Hulk now. She's totally She-Hulk. It wasn't like that before. It turns out she's denying it, so I don't know if she's denying it that to say like, oh, I may not be in the movie, or I may not be in the She-Hulk show, or she's actually not in the She-Hulk show. I am not 100% sure where that all lies, but it's been official that Oscar Isaac right now is just in talks to play the character. That is literally what we're looking at right now. So the big question is, let's talk about the idea of a Moon Knight show. Moon Knight is one of the more darker superheroes of the Marvel universe, and you really on Disney Plus we've all been like happy-go-lucky and whatnot. No, you really have to really get into the grit and grime of what makes this character. You really have to dig into just the sheer savagery of Moon Knight, because Mark Spector, Moon Knight, is not the most pleasant person. And here's another thing, and this is the thing they really have to land on. They really have to land the mark on one major aspect of Moon Knight: his mental instability. I don't think we've seen and this is, if you do it right, this is the big thing. You have to do this right, because this is the whole crux of the character. Not that he's he's this guy dressed in white fighting for a moon god, or that he's a dark street level superhero or whatnot. It's the fact that he is mentally unstable. So you really have to play this right. This is the one chance Disney and Marvel that you really have to play. You really have to hit the mark on it, because this is a perfect chance to show mental instability and in a superhero show, and show that kind of effect it has. And plus, like, if you make it wrong, if you hit the mark wrong, then you are going to make a lot of people angry. So you're walking a tightrope with Moon Knight. You really have to get someone who really understands that, hey, there's more on a mental level for Moon Knight than just, hey, I go around beating people up in a white costume. Isn't that fun? Aren't you having fun? No, you really have to play with his mental instability. That's the major point of his character, is that he has multiple personality disorder. He has, schizophrenia. He has all these different problems with him, and you really have to treat that character right. It's super important that that's the most important part. The other thing is, I'm wondering if they're going to go outright and say that Khonshu is a thing. I'm really curious, because until Jason Aaron decided to show up, until Jason Aaron's Avengers run that recently wrapped up with the Dark Phoenix stuff, with Khonshu and all that, the whole point of the major thing of Khonshu for a while now was that Khonshu, we didn't know if Khonshu was real or not, because even Doctor Strange said, "I've never heard of this guy. Who is this? Who is Khonshu? He's supposed to be like an Egyptian moon. He's no." So the whole point of Khonshu, especially in like the Jeff Lemire and Charlie Houston runs, were that you didn't know if Khonshu was a real god speaking to him, or if he was just out of his... I'm sorry, those are getting all those notifications you're hearing. What the hell? I'm sorry. 5 in a fucking row. I'm Mr. Popular right now. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway. So as I was saying, sorry about that, the major point of this was that you didn't know if Khonshu was real. So I'm wondering if they're probably not. They're probably more than likely not. And they're going to say like, oh yeah, Khonshu's a thing. Like Khonshu's a real thing. But that's what I think would be like a daring move if they did something along the lines of, if they did something along the lines of like, is he a god, or is he in his head? Is it in Mark Spector's head? Is he Mark Spector? Is he Jake Locklear? Is he, all these different personalities? That's the other thing. And I also wonder what costume they're going to go with. Are they going to go with his classic, like, robe, a white robe and all that, and the hood and all that? Or are they going to go the Mr. Knight route? Or, with the white suit and the white mask, the, like, borderline Rorschach look. Are they going to go with that in this story? And I wonder who the villains are going to be. I'm also curious of who the villain will be. Like, obviously it's probably going to be Bushman. It's probably going to be Bushman, his first villain. Yeah, now that I think it's probably going to be Bushman. But I'm curious if they're going to have another Marvel superhero show up in here, like he did in Moon Knight's comic before. And I'm talking about Werewolf by Night. For those who don't know, Werewolf by Night showed up in Moon Knight. That was his first appearance. Or was it the other way around? Was it... Either way, like, Werewolf by Night it showed up in... I think it was the other way around. No. Yeah, Moon Knight showed up in Werewolf by Night. I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, I got a headache. But point being is that Werewolf by Night has been a part of the Moon Knight series. So I'm wondering if they're going to use this as, like, to show off Werewolf by Night so they can, add to another supernatural character that they don't seem to do anything with. Looking at you, I couldn't sit through 2 episodes of Hellstrom, excuse me. Everyone says, oh, go check out Hellstrom, it was a good show. It's, 2 episodes in, I couldn't get into it. So... And the fact that you didn't do the Ghost Rider show, the one thing everyone was asking for, good job. If it's one thing Marvel's been the Marvel Studios and MCU have been kind of dropping the ball on, it's kind of the supernatural... Anything outside of Doctor Strange and, I guess, Wanda, to an extent, is that they've been dropping the ball on the Marvel supernatural stuff, in my opinion. That's the big thing, is that they've been dropping the ball on that. But maybe they'll find something... Maybe they'll pick it back up. I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, so... I'm hoping that Oscar Isaac does get the role. It's going to be... because remember, he is still in talks, so I am really hoping for him to get the role. I'm hoping they also, again, treat the superhero... They don't throw under the rug of the mental instability for Moon Knight, and really play that up in a fair way, in a good way. And, yeah. I'm just excited, I'm just excited to see Moon Knight and finally get to see some traction. Ever since this got announced, I think everyone's been like, that's the one we wanted for the longest time. So it's going to be good to see him. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.